Hello everybody, let's talk about the review 11, and I think this is the last review for algebra 2, equations of the lines. We know two equations of the lines. One is a slope-intercept form, and another one is point slope. What is slope-intercept? It's y equal mx plus, okay, that x is not good. So it's going to be mx plus b. That one is y minus y1 equal mx minus x1. So these are my two equations. One is slope-intercept form and another one is point slope. This one is called slope-intercept because it has a slope m and y-intercept b. B is always going to be a y-intercept in here. Okay, so let's solve this question. Write the equation of the line with y-intercept. Y-intercept means I'm talking about b, like y-intercept is b, 0, -5, and slope is, this is m. Now y-intercept is always going to be when x is 0. So y-intercept, I'm just going to write there so you can remember. Y-intercept always when x is 0 and y is a number. For x-intercept, x is a number and y is 0. It's the other way around. Okay, let me write down the equation. And this at slope, since y-intercept is given, then I'm using a slope-intercept form. Mx plus b. Plug in slope, which is already given. X stays. Okay. B is -5. How do I graph this? Always graph -5 first. Graph first. Then you're going to graph the slope. You're going to graph this second. Okay, so I'm going to graph -5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's -5. And now since the slope is positive, it's rising 2 and it's running to the right 3. So rising 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 is running. These are the 2 points and you just connect them, and that's your graph for y equal to 3rd x minus 5. The slope is positive, and the y-intercept where the graph crosses y-axis is -5. Next question, find an equation of the line with slope -2 through the point this. Write the equation in a slope-intercept form. Now this the equation is in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept is y equal mx plus b. But if you guys pay attention, they're not giving me y-intercept. They are giving me slope, but they're not giving me y-intercept. They are giving me an order pair, which is x and y. I can use my point slope equation, this one, and the point slope always, when you plug in all the numbers and you solve this further, you're gonna end up y equal mx plus b. So let's try and plug in all the information. And why I'm using this, I can use directly that one too, but this one would save some time. So why I'm using this, because the order pair is given. You see, a point is given, y1, x1. So y minus, y1 is -12, so it's gonna go -12. Slope is -2, x and minus stays, and it's -11, the x1. See, for y1 is this, for x1 is this. Now change this, it's going to turn +12, -2, x, +11. I'm going to make it like they said, write the equation in the y equal mx plus b, so I have to get the y by itself. So before I get the y by itself, I have to do the distributive property, -2x and -22. I multiplied signs, negative times the positive is negative, negative times this positive is negative, and I multiply the terms. Then you subtract 12 both sides, and I got y equal -2x. That will give me -34. So this is my equation in a slope-intercept form. Okay, you can use this equation to, if you have a point, that would be easier to do it. Find the equation of the line through this -4, 0, and 6, -1. Write the equation in a standard form. What is the standard form of the equation? It's ax plus by equals c. A and b and c are real numbers. Okay, let's try. If this is the case, I'm going to find slope first. M equal y2 minus y1, and that's our slope formula. And make sure you label your order pairs. So my y2 is -1 minus 0, that's 1. And x2 is 6 minus subtract like -4, 6 subtract -4. Then I have -1, and this one is going to give me, this is plus 6 plus 4 is 10. So my slope is -10, right? Now let's try, before I change it to a standard form, I will use my point slope so I can get y equal mx plus b. Any order pair you can pick, I'll pick 0, minus 0. The slope is -1/10 x, and this is -4, which will turn +4 because negative, but this minus and that negative turn positive. That's all I got. So I got y equal -1/10 x plus 4, like that. Okay, I just want to get rid of 0. Now this is what I got. Do you see the standard form doesn't have fractions? So I have to get rid of the fractions. So I'm going to multiply 10 both sides. Okay. When I oh, this is 10, not 100. When I multiply 10 both sides, this one is going to give me 10y. This one is cancel out. I got -1 x plus 4. Multiply this negative, 10y equal -1x minus 4. You see, we're almost there, like a standard form. 10x is going like in the front, so I'm going to move this 10x to the other side, which will turn to positive, right? Positive. So now it looks like this. Look, it's x plus 10y equal -4. You know, they cancel out both. That's what it is. And it does look like ax by equals c, and I said a, b, and c are real numbers, and a is here positive. So this is in the standard form. Let's go to the next question. Find equation of the horizontal line containing the point 4, 5. So if I draw, I'll try to do this if I can do it in one try. Okay, let me try one more time. Okay, they said 4, 5 is a point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's my point right there. This is 4, 5. Find equation of a horizontal line. So the line is gonna go, and we talked about this before too. This is gonna go like this, okay? Let me make it with the different color, I think. This one close, and I'm going to make a different color. 4, 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the point, and the line is supposed to go horizontal like that. Okay. So containing the point, find equation of the horizontal line containing point. So that's a horizontal line, that's a point. How do I write the equation for this? Do you see it's crossing through 5? And it's going through y-axis. This is my y-axis, so my equation is y equal 5. Y equal 5 graph always goes horizontal. X equal graph always goes vertical. Okay, let's try this one. Find equation of the line containing the point 4, 5 again with undefined slope. Okay, now this time I'm going to use probably the same. Okay, that's at 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, pay attention. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the point. And this time they said the equation of the containing the point that with undefined slope. You know, undefined slope goes like a vertical line. Okay, so that's vertical line. Do you see the vertical line is crossing through x-axis, and 1 2 3 4 through 4, so x equal 4. That's the equation of the line containing the point 45 with undefined slope. And if you guys remember, there is a cartoon face to remember these slopes. This is negative, that's positive, that's a nose. Nose is always undefined, and that's a mouth, and that's a horizontal 0. So it looks like that. Okay, so the line, if it's undefined, it's going through x-axis, and my equation is that. Find equation of the line that contains the point negative 2 4 and is parallel to the line x plus 3y equals 6. Write the equation in a standard form. Okay, so 2 4 is one of my point, and the line is parallel to this. So what we're gonna do, the first thing first, let's try and make sure that you understand all the steps here, guys. The first step is going to be change this to y equal mx plus b, this portion. So I'm going to change that. Okay, so for example, it's going to be, I'm going to write that first. So change this to y equal mx plus b, subtract x both sides, they cancel. I got 3y equals 6 minus x. Then now divide 3 because I need y by itself. They cancel out. Y equal 2 minus 1/3 x. I can rewrite that. You know there is an invisible 1 there. If I want to fix this like negative 1/3 x plus 2, we will be good. This is mx plus b. Okay, we changed it. Now what do we do? Now the question is asking, I change that, write the equation in standard form. Standard form, you already know standard form is ax plus by equals c. But first I have to get it y equal mx plus b, then it's easy to do it ax by standard form. Now this is a point. If they are giving me a point and they said the lines are parallel, the lines are always parallel when their slopes are the same. When slopes are the same. Okay, if this slope is negative 1/3, the other slope has to be negative 1/3. Okay, let's try this. Now I'm gonna find my, because since point is given, I'm using my point slope equation. Okay, plug in your values. The slope is going to be the same anyway, so it's negative 1/3. I'm looking for the equation of the parallel line, okay, in a standard form. Standard form comes later. First, we have to find y equal mx plus b in a slope-intercept form, and after that, we'll change it to standard form. So my y is 4. Slope is negative 1/3 because the slopes are the same, the lines are parallel. And then I have x, and another x is going to be plus 2 because it's negative, and this minus turn positive. Now let's change this to y equal mx plus b. Equal, first distribute that, and then I'm moving 4 right there. So negative 1/3 x minus 2/3 plus 4. Okay, so I got that, and actually I should have done it before, like the one we did last time. Okay, let me do this. Okay, this is kind of easier compared to the rest of the stuff. So I'm gonna do what is it, y minus 4 okay equal, and I'm gonna negative 1/3 x plus 2. I want to write it down one more time. Now if you guys pay attention, get rid of the 3 just now, right now, before anything else. So I'm going to multiply 3. So this is going to give me 3y, 3y minus 12. 3 times y is 3y, positive times negative is negative, 3 times 4 is 12, equal, and they cancel out. So I'm left with negative 1x plus 2. Now let's distribute this again. Negative x minus 2 equal 3y minus 12. I have to move the 12 because 3y and x are kind of okay because of the standard form. Do you guys see that? So what I'm going to do, I'm adding 12 both sides. They cancel. So I'm left with 3y equal negative x and plus 10. You see, I simplified these two. Now 3y is good. I have to move the x because according to the standard form. So I'm going to add x both sides. Cancel. So I'm left with x plus 3y equal 10. And this is a standard form. Okay. Okay. Do you see, I changed this to y equal mx plus b, so I would know what my slope is, which was negative 1/3. You cannot find the slope like this. You have to change it to y equal mx plus b. Then I use a point slope. I got a parallel equation, which is right here with the negative 1/3 slope. I simplified. I get rid of 3 first. Always get rid of this fraction ahead of time because we don't have fraction in a standard form. Okay. Now this is the last question. Write a function that describes the line containing the point 3 negative and is perpendicular. Now it's perpendicular. You know, when the lines are parallel, the slopes are the same. These are lines. When the lines are perpendicular, the slopes are opposite sign, opposite and reciprocal. And also, if it's perpendicular, this is another way to say it. The product of both lines' slopes, the product of slopes is equal -1. If that's the case, the lines are perpendicular. If this is the case, the lines are perpendicular. Okay, so either way you can do it. Now let's do this. Perpendicular means the slope supposed to be reciprocal and opposite, or the product of the slope supposed to be -1. So let me change this to y equal mx plus b. I have 3x plus 2y equals 7. Subtract 3x both sides, cancel, and I'm left with 2y equal -3x plus 7. I moved the 3x in the front because mx, you know, after equal we have mx. Then you divide 2 everywhere. I got y equal -3/2x plus 7/2. Now if you pay attention, the slope is -3/2. So what would be my slope for the perpendicular line? Let me write down my point slope equation first, and then we will decide. The y1 value is -5, which is going to turn +5. What is my slope? Slope is going to be this line that we are getting ready is perpendicular to the line 3x plus 2y equals 7. So the slope is supposed to be opposite and reciprocal. What does opposite means? If it's negative, you're going to turn positive. Reciprocal, like 2/3. And if you multiply both of these slopes, you're going to get -1. Look, 2/3 times the -3, 2. Cancel, you got -1. So either one of these things you can use. X, and the x value is 3. Let's solve this. Get rid of 3 first, remember. So I'm going to get rid of 3 and multiply 3 both sides. I'm going to multiply 3 both sides. This 3 cancel out. That one is going to multiply. So I got 3y plus 15 because I distributed that 3 equal 2x minus 3. Now I'm going to distribute that one too. So 2x minus 6 plus 15 and 3y. Now you subtract 15 both sides. This is 6 actually. Okay, -6. So they cancel. I got 3y equal 2x. -6 minus 15 is going to give me 15 and 5, 20, 21, -21. So I got 6 and 15, -21, correct. 3y is good, like a standard form. 2x is good, so I just have to move the 2x to the other side. Okay, 3y has a positive, 2x is negative. So my standard form is -2x plus 3y equal -21. And this is a standard form of this equation, and both of them are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so there is few things that I want you to copy down the information. Okay, well, how the standard form? Let's see the standard forms. standard form of equation. It's ax plus by equals c. A, B, C are real numbers, and make sure no fractions. We have another information. What is what? Okay, hold on. This one is, what is it? Slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept. It's just a summary that whatever we just did. Intercept form. This is y equal mx plus b. This b is y-intercept. Then we have point slope. Point slope form. This is y minus y1 equal mx minus x1. Okay. Another thing that we need to know, if y is equal c, this is called, the graph is going to be a horizontal. The graph for this, for the y graph, is always horizontal. So you're going to say that's a horizontal line. Okay. Let's, x equals c is going to give me vertical line. Okay. Now, the parallel lines, let's try that. The parallel lines slopes are the same. The perpendicular lines, you have two things, what do you want to follow? Opposite signs, slopes opposite signs, okay? And reciprocal. Or you can use product of two slopes, like the slope of those two lines, two slopes, is equal -1. So it's your choice. How do you do it? So this is a whole summary what we just did. Copy it down, write it down, note it down, you will be good. Like my video if you learned something, and also subscribe my channel. It would help me. Thank you so much. Bye.